done.
Would it be bad to take paracetamol, or would that count as digestion?
Alright guys, here we are. We're getting to, I don't even know what week this is, week 10 of the MX5 Pro Series Multi-POV stream, or third stream. Forgive us as we are just going to make some adjustments, get all our data up. You can see that we've added a new feature. We've got the tower to be able to see who is where on which track. And again, as always, I am muted in Discord so they can't hear me, we can't hear them. It's just the polite thing to do. And let's just kind of make some adjustments to the window. That is going to be the best we can do with that. Oh. And so we will lock that in place. Can I make it a bit bigger? Can I? Can I? Let's see if we can make this a touch bigger. Now let me figure out who is where on what screen. Let me lock this so I don't change that. So yes, the downside is you guys get slightly smaller POVs as a result of this. Turn that off. And I gotta see who's in what corner. We got Cavalli top left, Jake in top right. So let me make those adjustments. Let's go. Well, we don't have Cavalli's thing up. Let me see if I can grab that. If not, we'll just see what we can do. So, let's see if I can get that from Cavalli. His own profile. I don't think you can. I think that's only from your profile. Personal stuff? Do I have to? Can I look up Cavalli's and just punch in a Eduardo Cavalli? So I think if I did this, yes, there we go, we are cooking. So, excuse me, we will put micro in this top right corner. We got Riley down in this bottom one. We should have cold. Where is cold? Cool is down here. Scale it for size. No, all those should be locked in place. So, here we are. We've got Cavalli, looks like, currently P1. Unfortunately, we do not see lap times with this tower. Wish we did. Riley currently P3 and Jake Black P4. And we have Cold Wojcik in P16. We'll see how he goes. Oh, looks like we do get lap times, but they're a little truncated. Let me see if we can fix that. No, so that's... Oh. I've made things larger, which is goofed up. Sorry. We're learning. We're learning. Trying to make this so that I can watch things. That would be helpful. So I think what I need to do is keep this a little smaller. And how are we doing for height? Make it taller. There, that seems to be just fine. So yeah, apologies that I didn't realize the tower showed lap times, but it also limits things. I might have to check with Riley on some settings for that, just because this is coming from his system. Thing I need to do is we will knock stream volume down so that we only get one car . So while I do not have a good answer for actual lap times and how these guys are doing, I can see Takayuki's put down a 44.1. Jake is actually taken P2 with just nearly 2/10 slower. Just below 2/10. Cavalli's currently P3. Over 2/10, and Riley's P4 nearly 3/10 behind that. We got Adam down in P8, just shy of 8/10, but it looks like these drivers are on their final laps as the checkered is out, and as they come through, they should be getting their checkered flags and all that. So Cold is in pits. Cavalli looks to be crossing the line just about now. So let's see where he ends up. And he goes fastest. He's currently preliminary pole position. Micro is getting a tow. So let's see if this actually helps. And it looks like he got a tow from Adam Galaxy, which does not improve. He stays fourth. He improves his time, however, he remains fourth. And Riley crosses the line in third. Adam remains in eighth. So there was little movement. We just had the swap between Cavalli and Takayuki. However, I think Takayuki's still on track. This might change. It is difficult to see, as I only have these 4 POVs. I don't have access to any menus or broadcast. As you can see, we're limited information here. So, 'tis what it is. Let's see, it looks like things are all kind of being reshuffled as they get put on the grid. So yes, looks like Takayuki remains in P2. So just getting their setups loaded, double checking their fuel calculations, probably just running that by. So these 4 individuals are communicating with one another, double checking they have everything right, maybe make some last minute tweaks or confirming any tweaks they may have made to the setup as to what worked, what doesn't. And we'll let you in a little secret here. There's the setups which Cavalli posts. However, after those are posted, it creates the baseline for the setup in which these individuals end up using for the Pro Series, and that also is shared with Adam Galaxy. So there are some adjustments that they have made for their preferences to eke out just a little bit of performance for themselves based on their driving standards. So it's not to say that Cavalli's releasing setups that are intentionally slow for everybody else, but rather instead he's releasing setups which are built for the greater population of sim racers, making it general so that anybody can hopefully jump in and start using his setups, where if he made them super overly aggressive, he'd probably get complaints as to, I'm getting oversteer, I can't make this work, and stuff. It's too crazy for me. So he's going for that 90th percentile. We got lights out. And away we go. Looks like Micro's being aggressive on the start, trying to close off that inside line, and he moves there. But Cold here in currently in 14th, back of the field, but holding his own. He's done a wonderful job coming through since being 2 years away from sim racing. He grinded it out in order to start making these pro races, and he's holding his own. Knowing him, he will improve more over time. So this is giving him a great fight each week, even though he's in the back of the pack. All right, so we got Gallardo up to P2. Jake is sitting P3. This is working out just as they imagined it, in which those three drivers can now work together and try and create themselves a gap to get some breathing room between Jake and Takayuki, so that they can just kind of pull away over the 40 minutes, and as time winds down, you might start seeing them fight. This really does seem to be a series at this point where Cavalli just needs to remain consistent, and this is a fight between Gallardo and Black as to who could get P2 and P3, and then there's Takayuki in the background that is also in that fight as well. So it's not over till it's over, but we're starting to see how the championship is starting to play out in that regard. My apologies, I have minimized. My bad. Not intend to do that. I was trying to check on something. So we'll have to play with some sim hub settings for Riley in hopes of maybe getting last names only. I think that's possible. I think that's how mine's set up. I'm not sure. I never really paid attention to mine afterwards. And getting some data. I don't know what this green and red is here, because we got like Cavalli plus 20. I don't know what that it means. Unless that's your delta. But I'm not sure because it's remaining plus 20 after Cavalli's crossed the line. Oh no. Yeah, so really don't know. Or it's, well, it actually looks like positions gained and lost, which then isn't accurate because you've got people that have gained 20, others that have lost 2. So we'll need to look on that. So looks like Cold has fallen to Jesse, down to 15th. Adam has climbed his way up to P6. That's good to see. It looked like he was going to want to hunt Kirlov. Kirlov has a gripe to burn with this track. There's a little gap in the pit lane wall, which allows you to kind of sneak over a yellow line that's on the track side of the wall. But if you get too much tire on that yellow line, you will receive a 10-second stop and go. We'll point that out to you as Cavalli comes through. So it's on this first little kink on the left. He's gonna hug this wall, and it's right here. See that little opening there? That's where you can kind of get your car really hugged over onto that yellow line. If you get too far onto it, you will receive a 10-second stop and go for speeding in pit lane. This is something that I think all drivers would like to see LFM correct on their track for next time that we use Sonoma, because it is a little bit silly. Like you're not gaining an advantage by hugging that corner tightly because there's the wall there. So it's a little asinine that you can receive such a heavy penalty. It looks like here we got Cold under attack, under threat, as Pedro Casero is trying to make the move. What can they do? They're holding it side by side through the carousel. Pedro goes through, but looks like Cold gets a bit of a run through the middle of the corner and is able to stay right on his bumper. Looked like he might have been able to get a run to get a better defense, but might have been a thing with the positioning of the cars. He had to do a little let off there. He regains the position through that double right hairpin. So it looks like Pedro is still looking for an attack. He might make a move as they approach the chicane. Looks like he might be going on the inside. And he does. He goes deep. Hits the break point. Poor Cole just is being absolutely victimized here, fighting with Pedro. And wait, what happened to Okabu? I missed this here. Why is he in P17? What has happened? I totally missed it. Did he get a drive-through? I don't know. I'm unfortunately unable. I mean, I could. You know what? I will keep this going. I will go on my second monitor. I will scrub through my live stream and we will try and take a look to see what happened when which point Takayuki might have gotten some. I'm guessing he might have gotten that drive-through, or maybe could he have been taken out? So I totally missed that bit. That might explain how Jake got up to P3, but I'm pretty sure that I saw Takayuki behind Jake. So we're just going. Or is there a leg issue? There might be a leg issue because I'm looking at the live stream. I can see Takayuki is in fourth. And then suddenly, I'm trying to find it again. There was a moment, I swear I saw Takayuki's name just disappear. Yeah, something. There definitely seems to be a leg issue. Oh no, that's qualifying that I'm looking at. Never mind. Forgive me. Helps if I look at the right moment. So that's all in qual. Okay. The race. So yeah, Takayuki's P4. Trying to find when he's not again. P4, 37 minutes in. Somewhere between 37 and 35. Yeah, he's P4, 36 minutes in. Did he receive a penalty? So he must have received the penalty for something. I did not catch that. Wonder if it was cutting in, because at the 36-minute mark is when he dives into the pits and is required to serve a penalty and pushes him way down. That is unfortunate for Takayuki in that regard. So here again, we still have. Looks like Cold has conceded to Pedro on that, and has fallen down to 17th. That's really unfortunate. I'm seeing some weird stuff with Takayuki. He is up to P12 at this moment. Has he really climbed that far? That's impressive. Okay, so I got word from Adam Galaxy's stream that Takayuki got a drive-through from Jumpstart for a Jumpstart. I did not catch that on the penalties popping up on our 4 POV stream. You got Adam fighting with Kirillov. Or what is going on with the standings? They do seem to be flying around, because as they're crossing the line, it moves them about. But I'm looking at Adam's stream, and he's currently not fighting with Kirillov. So I'm relying on data that's not there, because yeah, it shows him 2 seconds back. Forgive me for silence, as I am multitasking myself between the stream and real life. Is this real life? I don't know. Nobody knows. So we got a swap of positions between Jake and Riley. Missed that. Sorry, multitasking. Commentary sucks. Fire me. What are you gonna do about it? Adam is currently still P6. He's losing time to Kirillov though. That's unfortunate. If he can hold it together, get a scrappy P6. Takayuki's in 11th place at the moment. And looks to be 8 seconds back. Something, yeah, 8-9 seconds back behind Oliver, or Oliver, Stopka. So hopefully for Adam, that's a non-issue. Lots of time left to go in the race. We got just under 25 minutes remaining. So nice having these standings. I can actually tell what the hell's going on, see how much time is remaining. I don't have to try and squint at little numbers and make up an imaginary storyline. Though it does seem like I'm making an imaginary storyline as I look through the standings and things shuffle all around. And I react to it, then I realize, come on, Kevin, you're a dummy. Quit reading into things. Yeah, things just shuffle all around as they cross the line. It's very strange. Like in that instance, Takayuki just like bounced 3 or 4 positions as a result of that. So something's off with the timing lines, I guess. But in the end, it all sorts itself out. Looks like Cavalli has just yeah, not looks like. Cavalli has absolutely pulled himself away from Riley and Micro, which they suspected. There was pace Cavalli had, in which these two were struggling to achieve, and I think it was early as Sunday. They were kind of predicting that this might be the case, in which they lose Cavalli early on, and it's going to be down to them to push and build the gap, and then fight for position afterwards. Really wish I could get control of these options and adjust that sim hub, but I can't. Even if I widen up our thing, it doesn't do anything because it's not a width issue in OBS. This is just too much data for sim hub and the options. So we will be going through that and making some fixes to see what info we can hide in order to get everything that is more legible. Does appear in which Jake is starting to create a gap between himself and Riley. Riley has lost the slip, and given the situation of things with Kirilov being 8 seconds back, I don't think this is a matter of teamwork anymore. I think this is now a matter of Micro trying to solidify his own position for his own gain. It sounds like someone got a cut warning. And that was Riley getting a cut warning. I guess I was looking at Jake's. I guess he went wide, coming through that right-hand sweeper. Not entirely sure. Just speculation based on where he was. So he's on 1 of 3. Looks like Cold is 1 of 3 as well. And I can't tell you what Cavalli is. It's so small text. It's impossible? How is possible? Okay, so yeah, we got Kirlov 7 seconds behind. Oh, has Adam lost position? It appears Adam has lost position to Massimiliano. I can't even pronounce that. And has fallen to P6. Was he not always in P6? Is this a case more? I think it's more of a case Kirlov has gone ahead position. Adam remains in P6. Got it. See? So much going on. Takayuki has climbed up to P10. He's at 17 minutes. I could see him realistically getting up a few more positions. Got a long ways to go. I don't think he'll break top 5, but I can see him just based on the gaps between him and Manu Villa. I can see him making that push. It really depends as to what the time is between Romain and Colin. I think it's just 1 second, so I think that's plausible with 17 minutes remaining. Knowing Takayuki's gap, or knowing Takayuki's pace, rather. What has happened to Jelf? He is down in 20th. Okay, he was blue flag for a moment, but I guess that was just a timing board issue on that. Wojciech has climbed back up to P14. Did not see what happened there. Guessing some drivers had an incident because both Pedro and Rui were ahead of him, and so I'm going to take a stab at it that those two drivers had a collision or something, which allowed Cole to regain those positions. He is steadily trying to chase down Camille, and I think he is closing that gap. Not entirely sure. Riley has closed the gap again on Micro. So this race is not over between those two. Waiting to see if Riley goes for the move. I don't know. I don't know how much dumb racing they're willing to tolerate right now. It's still a long ways till the end. They have nearly a 9-second gap behind them, but that can fade rather fast once you get into dumb racing, and then a mistake can just totally eliminate not just the advantage you had in general, but eliminate any chance you had at a top position. So it does look like Riley's still willing to work with Jake and push. I think he sees this as a situation where it's not to either of their advantage to start fighting just yet, and that he's like better off biding his time and going for a later move, because with these two drivers being so similarly paced with one another, it's not like he can make a move and necessarily start pulling away. It would just be making a move, and Micro would stick to him like glue. Yes, that's the word. I was thinking a different analogy, but I was not getting the words coming to mind. Looks like Cole has dropped back a little bit from Camille. Could be wrong. I think that gap's bigger than the last time I looked at it. And Cavalli is just on a cruise, just chilling. In P1, he's got a huge gap ahead by a couple corners. And Micro and Riley are just pushing it to the absolute limit. Forgive me for the silence again. Work life, it happens. Someone's got to do it. Alright, looking at Adam's live chat as well, and they're focusing on Takayuki, see what he can do, seeing that he's up in P9 now. And it looks like Jesse has DNF'd. What did Jesse do to DNF? Looks like Jesse, they made an issue. It sounds like he went to the pits earlier and then retired the car. Jesse retired the car. Adam's still in P6, maintaining his position against Manuvilla. Oh, Manu's right there in his mirrors. So it's not over for Adam yet. And Takayuki is not far behind in P8. Just absolutely going through the field. Wojciech is still in P14. Yeah, he's lost considerable amount of ground to Camille, which is unfortunate. Must have made some mistakes along the way. Takayuki is now up in P7. And looks to be only 1 second. 1 second behind Adam. Come on, Adam. You need to hold on to this. Defend. Adam needs to make his car very wide as Takayuki approaches in hopes of maintaining this position. However, he has to be mindful too, perhaps considering allowing Takayuki to go by so that he minimizes time lost. Still got a race going on between Riley and Micro. They're just chugging along. They've now gotten nearly an 11-second gap on Kirlov. And they may start fighting soon with just under 7 minutes to go. We'll have to see. It looks like Riley is starting to make a look, though that might also just be a matter of choosing a slightly different line to maintain speed. But I'd like to think he's sending a message, playing head games with Micro. They're just having fun. I can't say really playing mind games. They're probably just messing with each other and having a ball in live chat while managing stress. So see how she goes. These two have performed very well throughout this series, often finishing P2 and P3, alternating those positions, so solidifying their positions in the standings. Looking at Adam's stream now, it does appear he's taken a wide line to allow Takayuki to go by, so Adam has fallen down to P7. And as I said, that might have been a wise move strategically to take that line, allow Takayuki to go through and minimize time loss doing so, to avoid getting the cars behind into a fight. And this way too, hopefully he can spot some lines, get a bit of slip, and pull a little bit more, get a touch more gap between himself and Manuvilla, Colin Anderson, and Romain, as those three seem to be in a little bit of a train. Poking around on my other browser here. I want to see what the standings are like. I'll pull them up briefly. Alright, so we got standings here. Cavalli P1, Jake and Riley in P2, so there's about a 400 point gap difference between Jake and Riley, and then we got Takayuki right behind Riley with only 200. And Adam's not too far off either, so there's potential for some gains here if things work out for those drivers. However, as it stands now, the drivers are in race position based on their series standing, so this won't shuffle anything around. And yeah, that's kind of how it is. It looks like Colin Anderson could possibly make some gains currently from P9. Needs about 300 to 400 points to do anything to catch Romain, but if he can edge out Romain here, that will close that gap a little bit and manage some damage. We got Kirillov in P10 in the standings, which is surprising given how high he tends to run, but I think he's had some difficult races and has had some drop weeks. So this is the other part. I don't think the current standings fully calculate the drop weeks. So we'll have to see how things go after as the weeks get into it. As we get into the final week or so of the series, and we start seeing the full picture of that. Just biding our time, waiting to see if and when these two start to fight. Imagine. Oh, damn, I've been out of the loop. I didn't realize they only had 10 seconds left. Will there be another lap? I don't think so. So this might be a case. Last ditch effort for a move, going through the hairpin. Riley trying to do an over-under, but isn't able to make that stick. They're flirting with that yellow line. So, are they gonna go do the jump? Let's see, they're gonna do the jump. They do. There we go. Alright, we're just gonna hang tight and wait for Cold here to finish the race as he. Oh, we see from Cavalli, like Takayuki just came flying through. Adam just jumps up and says, "Hello, I don't need the incident points here," and is enjoying his stream at that moment. Oh, we got Cole trying to make a deep move, deep cut on the inside. That was a little cheeky there, Cold, but he made it stick. And Cold crosses the line. Is he gonna go? No, he is not. So with that, we bid you adieu. We're gonna end the stream here. Thanks for tuning in. If you're gonna watch us later, appreciate watching later, and We'll wrap it up as always with our new outro. Oi oi carendo. See you next time. Ciao.
Chegou a hora, a luz tá verde, o motor tá gritando, ninguém perde. Aí rei na pista, quem vai segurar? No limite do limite, pra ganhar e acelerar. Correndo, a Riri tá no gás, tá pegando fogo. Baixa o combustível mais um pouco. Correndo, espero que curtiu a transmissão. No limite, meu irmão, o pneu já foi, a gasolina quase zero. Faz a curva, faz o traçado sem desespero. É pushing the limit, a gente vai até o fim. Low fuel motorsport é a vida pra mim. A Riri tá no gás, tá pegando fogo. Baixa o combustível mais um pouco. Espero que curtiu a transmissão. No limite, meu irmão. Acelera, força na mão. Acelera. Só mais uma volta, pouquinho de gás. Já ri, senti, não olha pra trás. A Riri tá no gás, tá pegando fogo. Baixa o combustível mais um pouco. Espero que curtiu a transmissão. No limite, meu irmão. Acabou. É isso. Espero que gostou. Valeu pelo view. Aí, Raizinho. Tamo junto. Até a próxima. Tchau.
Vem Eduardo Sá, alcançando o primeiro